So many times we wish that we were a little bit more patient and it would have saved us so many troubles. So for this, one needs to be a little bit more patient. Whenever there is a problem, say, I'm going to be a little bit more patient and see what the result is. There is so much reward from being patient, so many verses in the Quran for people who are patient. Allah loves those who are patient. And Allah is with those who are patient, to exercise patience. So you have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with you, He supports you, and He loves you if you are patient. And also the account on the day of judgment will be without reckoning for those who are patient. إنما يوفى الصابرون أجرهم بدون حساب. Without reckoning, subhanallah. Patience is extremely important. And of course, the husband should increase patience, for example, when his wife is pregnant, or when his wife is going through the monthly period. He should increase that patience even more. Number 6, expect jealousy from your spouse, as long as it's healthy jealousy. If jealousy becomes too much, of course it's unhealthy. But expect jealousy. This is very normal. Our mother, the mother of the believers, Aisha radiallahu anha, the Prophet ﷺ wife, one day the Prophet received some gift, some food from the Sahabiyat, from the companions, the women companions. And Aisha radiallahu anha got jealous. What did she do? She tipped the hand of the server. She tipped the hand of the server. And of course the food fell down on the floor. What did the Prophet ﷺ do? Did he get angry? He told her, why are you jealous? He went on the floor and started picking the food. And he said, eat, your mother got jealous. He took a difficult situation with a very big heart. This is what the Prophet ﷺ taught us. So if our spouse is jealous, as long as it's healthy, this is a sign that she loves us. We should not get upset. Why are you jealous? And so on. We should accept it. That's point number 6. Point number 7 is to be humble. Whether the husband or the wife, if the husband or the wife is from quote unquote a better family, or is a lot more educated than his or her spouse, then he should never make his spouse feel that he or she has more qualities. We should be extremely humble, because if one has a drop of arrogance in his heart, then he will not enter paradise. This is what the Prophet taught us. Not a lot of arrogance, even an iota of arrogance, he will not go to paradise if one is arrogant. So that's number 7. Number 8, this is mostly for the brothers. Helping at home, the Prophet, peace be upon him, he used to be always at the service of his family. The hadith says that he used to cut the meat. So he used to be in the kitchen. He used to sweep the floor. Imagine a prophet who is so busy, a leader of a nation. He used to sweep the floor. And he used to sew his own clothes. This is what the Prophet used to do. So as husbands, we should always, whenever we go home, immediately help our wives in everything they do, whether it's in the kitchen or sweeping the floor or taking care of things. This is extremely important and increases the love between the husband and a wife. The husband should not watch TV while his wife is cooking, for instance. That's number 8. Number 9, again, helping at home. Number 10, again, helping at home. So I'm repeating it 3 times because husbands usually hesitate to do this. And wives are very tired and the husband is watching TV. This is not right. The Prophet used to do this. We should also do this because we are not better than the Prophet ﷺ. And believe me, it's going to bring immediate benefit. Your wife will love you if you do that. She will really love you more and more and more. The benefit will be immediate, inshallah. Number 11, to be a good listener. Usually, wives are much better listeners than husbands. Usually, the wives, they're excellent listeners. But husbands, usually, their mind is wandering somewhere else when their wives speak, in general. So it is extremely important to be a good listener, to pay full attention to your wife when he or she is talking to you. This is extremely important. I had this problem when I first got married. My wife would speak. I thought that I was listening, but when she quizzes me later on, she found out that I was not listening. So I started putting much more effort, and it really helps a lot. Number 12, communication. Communication. This is extremely important. Because typically, spouses, and especially husbands, they assume things without asking specifically. And assumptions can be very false. If you like something or do not like something, communicate it in a very soft way, in a very nice way. But do not assume things. Communication is very important. You should feel that you can tell your wife anything. Your wife should feel that she can tell you anything. Communicate with her everything. Make things always easy communication. And then after communication, for instance, your wife tells you that it would be great if you change this. I do not like this about you. Then adjustment after that, meaning that I have to be flexible to adjust myself. And the same thing for the wives. Because the husband and the wife, they come from completely different backgrounds, and each one has to make adjustment. This does not mean that I lose my personality completely. No, that's wrong. But I should make some adjustment to reach a middle ground. And that middle ground will come gradually. Maybe after 2 years, 3 years, and it improves better and better. So when my spouse talks to me about something, I should be flexible in making that adjustment. Point number 13. Don't let problems build up. If there is a problem, if you are very upset at that time, it may not be a good idea to solve it right there. But whenever you feel calm and you find the right ambiance between you and your spouse, try to solve it as soon as possible. Because if problems build up, that's a recipe for disaster. Then after 2 months or 3 months, you see what you did, blah, 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 right? If there is a problem, solve it, take care of it, forget about it. Never let problems build up. And of course, the advice for the wife or the wife for her husband should be always in private, not in front of other people. Because an advice in front of other people is not an advice. It's called something else. Advice should be always in private and in a nice way. It would be wonderful if you do this. Do not put it negative. For instance, why you never take the trash? Right? Could be changed to, I would really appreciate it if you take the trash. Then he will take the trash. But if you tell me, why don't you take the trash? I'm not going to take the trash. Right? So it should be always positive. Or you never listen. Right? Yes, sister. Why? Okay, this is a very good question. Right. This is what women assume in general. This is why I said communication before. I told my wife at the beginning she was expecting many things and I was not doing them. And she used to be a little bit upset. I told her, if you want something, just tell me, I will do it. Right? Because we cannot guess. Men, because we are not very attentive, we do not guess. But women, they are much better than us. Women, they know their husbands much better than men know their wives. There was a survey about 15 years ago in the Arab world. And this survey was about how much husbands know their wives and how much wives know their husbands. They figured that in Japan, approximately the degree of knowledge of wives towards their husbands is 87% out of 100%.